Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a post-fight show for UFC 253. Adesanya versus Costa for the UFC middleweight title main event. Um, and yeah, it's post-fight rundown on the main card, and let's get started. So to kick off the main card in the catchweight division, catchweight bout, we had there's no catchweight division, but yeah, and to kick off the main card in the catchweight bout at 150 pounds, we had Hakeem Dawoodu versus Zabura Tukhugov, and yeah, the judges, I can't believe they awarded. One of the judges gave it to Zubura because I had easily 2, if not 3 rounds clearly for Hakeem. There might have been one round where Zubura may have won, but I don't see how this was a split decision at all. Especially the third round was pretty dominant for Hakeem, and so he wins a decision split. At least the right person won this fight, and yeah, he just landed heavier strikes and stuffed some tough takedowns and had great takedown defense and just looked amazing altogether. I can't wait to see more of this guy, and I think the sky's the limit for Hakeem, and he's on a good win streak right now in the UFC, so we'll see where he goes from here. Then in the women's bantamweight division, we had Caitlin Vieira defeat Sajara Eubanks, decision unanimous. Caitlin Vieira, I just knew, I had a gut feeling she would win against Sajara Eubanks. Sajara Eubanks, very tough, durable veteran. She was on Ultimate Fighter, and she has had a lot of great wars in the UFC. But I just felt that Vieira, resurging Vieira, having, I believe, only one loss, just killed it in this fight, and I felt like she would kill it in this fight, and she did. She could deal with the ground game. She can deal with, stand up. I mean, just everything all around. Anyway, so she won unanimous decision, landing just the crisper strikes and getting dominant positions. Then in the flyweight division, we had Brandon Royval versus Kai Kara-France, and yeah, this one I predicted pretty spot on. I believe I said on my pre-fight show that Brandon Royval would get a submission in this fight and finish this fight, and sure enough, he did. Round 2, submission, guillotine choke, and Brandon Royval is the real deal. He's gotten multiple bonus awards in the UFC now, and the way he looked against Tim Elliott was phenomenal. The way he looked against Kai Kara-France, amazing, who was number 7 going into this fight. So Brandon Royval's in the top 7 now of the UFC rankings in the flyweight division, and Brandon Royval's a former LFA flyweight champ. So the sky's the limit for this kid, and he's still just a kid, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Just he's a young man, and he notices the holes in his games after his fights, and I think that him with his coaching staff, they'll figure it out pretty quick, and he's only going to get better over time. And will he have losses? Maybe, maybe not, but I think for the foreseeable future, it looks like he's just going to keep moving forward, and I can't wait to see more of him. Then in the co-main event for the UFC light heavyweight title, we had Jan Blachowicz versus Dominic Reyes. This is the only fight on the main card I got wrong. I thought Reyes was going to go in there, put pressure, and finish off Jan Blachowicz, wear him out, and knock him out in the 3rd or 4th round, maybe 5th round. But and I thought maybe Jan might squeak 1 round, maybe. But Dominic Reyes would dodge the heavy shots of Jan, and I was wrong on that, and he wasn't really able to dodge the heavy shots. His ribs got busted up in the first round, and then he got finished off in the second round, TKO punches round 2. This was just a domination of Jan, and I think Dominic Reyes needs to really, this is the first time he's ever been finished, and I think he needs to look at this fight and really learn from it, and I think if he does, and quite possibly go with a new training camp, maybe, one of the big training camps, who knows what that could be, maybe AKA Greg Jackson, something of that nature. I think, his training camp got him this far, but I think he needs to kind of move away from his brothers, even though they got him to this spot to get to that title, to really win that belt. I think he's going to have to really make some changes in his career, and yeah, I mean, he almost, he, in my opinion, he did win the John Jones fight, but I felt like this was a fight that he should have been able to win, and something about it just, who knows what happened, but I don't think he was himself that day, and I think there's a lot of restructuring Dominic Reyes needs to do, but I think if he does that, he'll be back in title contention and quite possibly get that belt. Otherwise, he might turn into the next Alexander Gustafsson, where he's always this close to winning the belt, might get another title shot down the line, and then who knows if he gets it. But I think figuring this out early on after this loss will only do so much better for his career, and he will hopefully learn from this loss. But nonetheless, I can't wait to see more of him, and I can't wait to see Jan as our new UFC light heavyweight champ. And I think it'll be interesting to see where he takes this title run. Then in the middleweight division, we had Israel Adesanya defending the UFC middleweight title against Paulo Costa, and Israel looked amazing in the first round, and Paulo Costa looked hesitant to strike and really let his hands go. I think if he did that, he could have not taken such a beating in that first round, and then he just ate too many leg kicks, and I think that should have been Paulo's game plan coming into this fight, is land leg kicks, leg kick in the first round against Israel to wear him out, take away that speed, take away that height advantage of Israel, and just wear him out and slow him down for rounds 2 and 3, and then get in the reach of Israel and finish him off in rounds 2 and 3. But nonetheless, that was essentially Israel's plan, and it worked. He landed leg kicks in the first round and then finished off Paulo Costa in the second round, TKO punches round 2. And yeah, I think Jared Cannonier, Robert Whitaker winner should get Israel next, and it'll be interesting to see how that fight turns out. But it's possible Israel could be a dominant champ for quite some time. But as they say, only time will tell, and that's why they fight, right? To see who, because you never know, any given night, someone can win. So there you have it. There's my afterthoughts of UFC 253. Stay tuned for my pre-fight show for UFC Fight Night, Holm versus Aldana, and that's going to be a killer women's bantamweight match. And until then, see ya.